slip. I made sure that I found a way through a cloud of haze. Every day I wept, found how to live through all them cloudy days. You know the mind's a maze with all its mixtures. It's always hard to get the entire scope of the picture. 1080p, that's you or the busters, yeah, obsolete. Can't fuck with me, excuse my French, but I'm not discreet. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned my lesson. I learned 1996 birth, one of the greatest weapons untold. I'm destined to reach heights thought I could never see, but foolish thoughts rampage my heart and let me not reach the peaks that's entrusted to me. My belief shatter off past actions. I grieve, but grievance never really matter. It's how I choose to act differently in the coming battles to overcome my limitations and get out my shadow. But it's hard to wade in this water, but it was never shallow. Fuck it, let me get the paddles. Fuck that now, let me get this castle. Fuck that now, let me get this battle.
What it do, everybody? What's good? Squad Nero back at it once again. This is episode, what it is, 94, January 25th. We appreciate y'all back again. Please make sure that y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe button for us as well. Whichever way it is on your social media platform that you're coming on, whether it be Twitch or YouTube, please make sure that you engage with us. We'll make sure that we engage with y'all as well live, and we could bring up any question, comments that y'all have as well. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man.
I tell you one thing. Whenever somebody starts a sentence with "I tell you one thing" too, that is a reason to kind of like tense up. I ain't even gonna lie.
It's scary.
T might verbally get crazy in terms of his comments with Sage, but boy, I tell you, the way he had that thing jumping at the top, the song at the top. Pause. Okay, pause. But
Wait, whoa, hold up. Where was this?
Yo, Air, fix your audio. You screaming in the mic.
all right, yeah, we can't have that with that. All right,
where are we going with this? I'm
nah,
confused.
bro, because the theme song at the top, it just felt like you put some bass on it. I don't know whether it's because of the contents that I am personally indulging in at this current moment, but it just sounds. Listen,
I'm in a winter storm and I'm
Got that drink in his cup.
I was sitting there like, yo, when did this song have this much bass to it? Like that, it was just it was jamming. I was like, dang, okay. But outside of that, we got to get into podcast mode. Everything's been good. We got a winter storm that's been kind of hitting everybody, like basically what 50% of the country.
Snow day. That's what we hoping for.
Hey,
Yeah, so
I just my son's daycare closed. My daughter's
there you
school
go.
closed.
There you go.
Both our jobs are closed tomorrow.
Oh.
But wait. I gotta work remotely, so I'm still working.
Okay.
It'll be the same for me too, so I understand. I'm right there with you. But I still kind of hope for even that, just because I don't think anybody want to go out in this.
Nah, absolutely not.
Never.
But I mean, you know, everything's good. Everybody got health. Everybody good, so can't complain.
Well, first topic, we're gonna make this quick, short, and sweet. Out in the airs, we've got word possible, maybe, who knows? Mark Ruffalo may not be with Disney. We don't know. Apparently, something happened at the Golden Globes. Something was said. We're not sure. It is what it is. If it does happen,
how do we go forward?
We don't. The way we go forward is wait for more information to come out.
Well, I just mean, okay, let's hypothesize for a second. There you go.
Okay, so we're okay.
If the worst did happen, right, and he is no longer the Hulk in the MCU, how do we go forward? Is what I'm asking.
Recast.
Multiversal recast.
Yeah. Bring back Eric Bana.
You let Mark let his character finish out the Spider-Man movie. I'm pretty sure he shot stuff for Doomsday, and the way you work it out is you find a way to write him off any way, shape, or form possible. You let him come back for one final scene where he gets thrown into the multiverse and then another Hulk comes back. That's why we get a recast, maybe. Or Battle World, he gets bodied and another Hulk takes his place. We don't know. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we would delve in what could have been said, but that's not our lane. Um, we hope for the best. We're preparing for the worst, which usually happens with Marvel characters, i.e., Jonathan Majors with Kang, and Shorty that was She-Hulk. I forgot her name. Why do I always forget her name?
I know
Because
you
she's
talk.
forgettable. That's why.
Very forgettable. Thank you.
Tatiana Maslany. I don't even think they would need to do all of that. They could just recast. Hulk hasn't been used in a memorable moment since Infinity War Endgame. And not
true.
memorable in a good way either.
No. His most memorable moment was when he was tossing Loki around in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Nah, but
That
I'm
was
just
the
saying,
most
like,
iconic
the
part.
last
He's saying
time
just the
people
last time
remember.
they've been, like a spotlight was kind of shown on him, which is true. It would come in game when he did the whole ring
So,
snap thing.
just like they did with General Ross. Right now, Marvel probably shouldn't go away from Hulk. They should probably lean on Hulk, especially with all of the shit going on, especially with the new universe. You're gonna need the Hulk in order to even the odds. Mutants are just on a different tier of fucking power levels. So you got to find a way to make the Avengers relevant, at least within.
I was thinking that if they do the new timeline after Secret Wars, if they don't bring Mark Ruffalo back, they just leave Hulk out of the first few movies, and then you have a World War Hulk movie, and then explain in those movies why he's not there.
That could work. That's a good.
If there was any time for this to happen, I just got a text that I needed. Sorry, that I needed to get. It was work related. But rewind. This is the perfect timing for you to be able to do a change, because it's just like, let's think about it like this. I'm just spitballing. I'm not saying anything concrete. Obviously, I'm not, because I don't know enough to. But like, if they did do this whole Maestro Hulk kind of thing, you don't really need CGI could cover that. If you said you wanted to get rid of him tomorrow, CGI should be able to cover anything that you would have to do for these next two films. And if you just built in a response for the change happening via everything that happened from Battle World, what does it matter? Anybody that they want to get rid of, this is the time to be thinking about that. Like, I kind of, now I'm probably gonna upset Sage with this part, but I kind of was hoping that this portion of the storyline for the MCU, we would be getting rid of a lot of people. Like, I wanted it to be used to get rid of a lot of people. So I ain't mad at it if they just get the CGI version of the Hulk, throw a white beard on him, and say this is an alternate Hulk from the Maestro, or this is the ultimate Hulk from another universe, and he's somehow, canceled out the Hulk that was Mark Ruffalo's, or I don't know, but just something where even if it's cheesy or whatever, or I don't care, because I wanted to see characters go anyway. So get rid of them. Say he got into a fight with that CGI Hulk, and that CGI Hulk won, and that Hulk is now no longer here with us. Cool with me.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. Not the biggest deal. Not the biggest deal.
Hey, I love the effort you put into your streams. I love to watch it next time. Bring my friends. If you're cool with it, add me on Discord. All right, we'll deal with that later.
Was that good news?
Dang.
I don't know whether that was good news or bad news.
Be a bot. I'm thinking it's a bot.
It could be a bot.
I'm thinking it's a bot. Is it cool if I bring my friends in? Bring your friends in. Huh?
What you mean by that? This ain't that kind of party.
Why should be a live person is like, excuse me.
We'll keep our ears out open for this Mark Ruffalo.
No, account was created 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Mark Ruffalo Disney debacle. Shift over, or we're already in Marvel. Let's shift over now to some speculation on potentially the first scene that we're gonna get in Doomsday. So if you don't want to listen to this, if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm sorry. You can click off the video for a little bit and then come back a little bit later on down the line. We should have the chapters on YouTube, so that you can skip this. But be wary. It
It's
is spoilers,
speculation.
potential spoilers. So for the first scene, it actually starts in Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's universe, and the X-Men have actually came, particularly Hugh Jackman, and they are facing off against Tobey Maguire Spider-Man as well as Doctor Octopus from that universe. Supposedly in that fray, Tobey Maguire's universe gets destroyed. So basically, if we're thinking from the Jonathan Hickman side of things, if you destroy the Earth from a different universe, then you save both of those universes from an incursion. That could be what they were doing. Doctor Doom could have led them on that point, but people were referring to it. I can't remember the name of the podcast, but people were referring to it to like one of the best comic book openings that we will ever see. Like people are referencing Batman versus Superman when they had the Ben Affleck Batman being there when Superman was destroying the entire city.
Yeah, I've
'Cause that's
also
what
heard the
Mhm.
Nightcrawler White House scene. I've heard it be compared to that as well.
and how y'all
That'd
feel
be
about it.
awesome. Spider-Man could do that. Spider-Man can add theatrics. That's the beautiful part about Spider-Man and why, like, whenever there's a Spider-Man movie that's coming out, I'm always like, bro, it's gonna eat. Because Spider-Man adds a level of theatrics to a movie, period, that always is gonna feel awesome and look awesome. So if you have a Spider-Man character that is the opening of a movie and they're going crazy, then yeah, like I can see that being just very memorable. You
So
know?
Rob, in Hickman's Secret Wars, they have to battle other heroes from the Earth or destroy that Earth. You're saying?
It was a matter of who was willing to do it. I know at a point in time, Black Panther, they were told this is what they needed to do, and I don't believe Black Panther was able to do it. And they had a device from a shoddy, I can't remember, the Black Swans had a device that was able to destroy an Earth, basically, a big ass bomb. Namor ended up taking it from him and ended up doing it, destroying that Earth. In the course of the story, I believe they fought other heroes, other villains from different Earths, if I'm not mistaken. It was either them, specifically the Illuminati, or other Earths that were fighting amongst each other.
Because I'm saying, like in Spider-Man 2, we remember he defeated Doc Ock, and I think he was making that artificial sun or whatever it was. And he said, "The power of his sun in the palm of my hands." But if we're thinking about it, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is like the only hero in that universe on that Earth.
Yeah.
So
I
it's like
thought
him
so.
versus so him versus the X-Men with Doc Ock. I don't know if they're gonna have just Doc Ock or have some more of his rogues around or whatever. But it's like, I guess I don't know. I don't want it to be played out like they just there fighting, but I guess we wouldn't see Doom early on explaining that they would have to be fighting for that, would they?
I think they will bring Doom in. I don't think they'll explain necessarily what's going on. I think that's what we'll find out over the course of the story. And
Yeah,
then finally at the crescendo of the movie, if you want to say. Is that the correct word terminology?
I mean, like in the third act, yeah, but it was just like understanding
Climax.
why they're fighting in the beginning because
Yeah.
like you said, we have the comparisons, like the action's gonna be there, but it's like they said every piece of the movie is just like it gets bigger than the last part. So I mean, of course, it's Doomsday, so it's gonna be a lot of worlds colliding and people fighting, but I just kind of want to know how they get there to the X-Men fighting only Spider-Man.
And I know for sure when with this speculation of how this movie is going to begin with this, for for them to do this, it my thing is, I'm trying to think of how much average of time do you need for this to be such a big opening? It can't be just no 5 minutes, and you gotta have that moment. Like, how many X-Men characters are fighting Spider-Man, and does it show how strong Spidey can go toe to toe with the X-Men? Like 4v1 or 6v1, depending on what's happening, or are they gonna let him have the 1v1s and they stand on the side waiting?
No, they gonna have to if they're fighting him and Doc Ock, maybe Green Goblin. I don't know, but if it's just him and Doc Ock, then they'll have to show Spider-Man, at full strength. But I mean, if you got somebody like Storm, then it's like, how is this even possible? How is he even fighting?
Like, how do you explain that? Like that. Like, I understand, like, this is gonna be a very big scene. We're probably gonna be like in wow of it. But how do you, like, that power scaling? Because we know Spider-Man, he's strong. We know he's strong, but like you said, for example, how does he go toe to toe with Storm if she can control the elements? How strong is he to take on Cyclops' beam?
Yeah, I mean, he has spider sense, and we understand how fast he can move. But it's just like you have Storm, you have Jean Grey, who's a telepath and a telekinetic. It's like, how is he going to be able to fare against them? So I guess they're gonna have a more street level team with him anyway. So I mean, it'll still be cool depending on the opening, and then especially if he loses, it'll be cool to see Doc Ock with Spider-Man too. But I guess we'll have to lose him too with Mary Jane.
Do we get the original Mary Jane back? What was her
Kristen Dunst.
name? Yes.
I think if they want to play on that, like show how hard Spider-Man's fighting, then
He should have like a child by this time compared to
it'll be cool.
when
It'll be cool to see her in there, but
It would start off the stakes pretty high too.
Yeah,
'Cause he
for
would
him
in
to actually-
essence see.
Yeah, for him to actually like drop the gauntlets like Rock Lee against Gara, like for him to give him a reason to not pull his punches. Overall, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. When they said this, I'm like, oh, I get my Spider-Man back like in full power. Oh, let's see what happens.
You'll see an angry Toby too. We ain't never seen an angry Toby outside of fucking Venom, but he was just a douchebag when he was Venom. I mean,
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see more emotion from that character given where we left off in a way that wasn't tied to like a specific thing. I think that's why a lot of people hated the black suit Toby, was the simple fact that it felt off given how he felt just as Spider-Man. But if you could figure out a way to convey those things in this movie, I think that would be a great. We talking about send-offs for characters. I think that would be a great send-off for him, for us to be able to see him outside of just kind of like that stone face. Everything's chill, everything's good. Tobey Maguire that we get as Spider-Man, and see him more emotional than he's ever been before. That would be cool.
he's gonna be like the Ronin,
That
What do you
would
mean?
like the Infinity War,
yeah,
but Spider-Man version.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. We also got some more speculation. Allegedly, from multiple leakers, Secret Wars might be split in two parts depending on the fan reaction to Doomsday. I've been seeing reports as well, not official again, that Doomsday might run around a 3-hour time span
3
for the
hours and
movie.
21 minutes.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So I don't know if that's true or not, but they got a whole lot of shit that they got to tackle in this movie. So I wouldn't be surprised if 3 hours was the case for this
How many-
specific thing.
How many movies did they sign RDJ on for?
I think only 2 that we know of for right now, but supposedly, again, leakers, Marvel hasn't specifically said this, but leakers are speculating that they would want to keep RDJ for a little while after to continue to play Doom until they bring in the official new one.
The official new Doom or new?
that don't make
Next
any
Big
sense
Bad?
though.
They'll eventually recast it and everything like that. It really, I'm guessing it really depends on the story. I don't know what they have in mind for that. what I would assume is they're only using him for these 2 movies. All of the rest of that shit was speculation. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, they
If he's gonna
probably
go past.
what I would say is probably a good angle if he comes in at any point after Secret Wars is that it is more cameo and like alluding things that maybe would set up the next big bad in some way, shape, or form. But I think at most they should use him if they plan on replacing him, at least they should use him in a way like that, and then usher in something kind of maybe something behind the scenes of what Doom is all doing that can kind of explain why this new person or this character will have a new look or per se. I don't, dude. I don't like it, but I'm trying.
It truthfully all depends on how his story is, how it's connected, and we allegedly won't even get that story on how he's connected or why he looks like Tony Stark from the main 616 universe. Which
That's
think
why I
is a
feel
good
like
thing.
Secret Wars.
Yeah,
Secret Wars should just kill everybody off. Like not everyone, but like it should take. Bruh, if you're not gonna keep the character for a long time, best case scenario is okay. Maybe like a Hugh Jackman. We know he coming back, right? Like he should be back in the new world. Like maybe have him and Doom be tied. Maybe it's like Wolverine is taking care of the one loose end, and that's the role that he has in the movie. But even Doom, I'm like, bro, if you're not gonna have Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom for the long haul, I don't really want him in the new stuff. I want him to be done at the end of that as well. It feel like there should be like a legit line divide between what the MCU looked like before Secret Wars and what the MCU looked like after Secret Wars. That's really what I feel is the safest bet for them here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like I think Sage, I'm with you. Secret Wars is going to be great. Doomsday is going to be great. I'm with you. But I just don't know how confident I feel about anything not X-Men related in the next phase.
And really, it's to Niall's point. Like, if we're getting rid of the whole multiverse saga, but then we're keeping elements of it, like keeping Doom as a Tony Stark variant or whatever it may be, it's like then you really haven't moved on to reset anything.
Yeah.
As especially if this is supposed to be one united universe with all these characters, bringing in some of the old stuff is just like, all right, it didn't work before, so now you're gonna just go try to force it because you have these people and you're signing contracts and you have these A-list actors. It's just like it's just gonna be a little weird to follow along.
if I'm taking it at face value, I think they have a perfect way to set up a new one and recast one. With Mephisto being one of the big bads that they're gonna use in the next couple of phases after Secret Wars. So hopefully they do that. I do agree that if they keep RDJ for too long, then it's just like, all right, what the fuck was the point? It does diminish the credibility for them bringing him back for these movies. But hopefully they understand that and they're like, hey, Secret Wars, we end this off with RDJ and then we really start anew and start fresh and are able to move on and create new refreshing stories.
Doing 2 movies feels like the opportunity to do that. Like, I kind of like the idea of them splitting it up into 2 because I feel like if you did 2 movies for just Secret Wars, that's where you could put a lot of like my mom used to call it but my mom used to call it meat and gravy. That's where you could put like the meat and gravy into the content and you could be done with it. And I think that's why not? Like, bro, why not? This is a very surgical moment for the MCU. Why not? Like, everybody is looking at you like, I know you're going to give us something. Well, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people are looking at this as you're going to give us something good. We know that. We know that it's going to be spectacular. We trust that you are at least going to give us that, even if we have not loved everything that's come before it. When you in that position with fans, why not close it all off? You got the perfect opportunity right here to do it. Like, these loose ends are not anything that's going to help. It's just not going to help them. Just close it off. Let's get past this and let's start anew. And I'll be very excited for what it's worth. And I'm sure I'm not alone.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. You think they're going to bring the Watcher in any of this?
I would assume that would be like another key thing, especially if they're going to be more outer space. They have the opportunity with the X-Men. They have the opportunity with other heroes still. Captain Marvel, if they decide to keep her. So on and so forth. If they're bringing in Nova, if they're still keeping Chris Hemsworth I would expect he would have some space aspect as well. They still have a lot of opportunities and avenues to be able to use that. Hope. Sometimes these niggas be wet in the bed.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, yay for the 2 parts of Secret Wars.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, with so much going on in Doomsday, you need those 2 movies to explain way more that's down the line, especially with Secret Wars and Battle World. I am Vengeance. I am the Knight. I am X-Punisher. What up, X-Punisher? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it.
Oh, appreciate you.
Now, are you Punisher from Marvel or a different type of Punisher?
I think you mean from Marvel. Why you gotta do that to him?
Why you gotta?
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Like that? No,
because I be in your mind. It's not.
No. Because sometimes people make their own characters. Like, they could be their own, like, comic book characters. I know some people that drop their own comics.
All right.
One already got 1 issue out called The Reaper, and it's fire.
Well, okay. In Two's defense, though, he does have X-Punisher, which X-Punisher could be its own thing. It's like nothing crazy. I'm just saying X-Punisher because it's not just said in the message, but it's also said in the username.
Are you a Punisher for Marvel or a different type of Punisher?
Why are you like this, Rob?
Oh,
Punisher, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you so much, sir. Or man.
All right. Super Mario Galaxy movie reveals Yoshi. Do we actually have a video for that?
Yeah, well, I have the trailer.
Oh, while he was bringing that up as well, honorable mention, Fable. They just dropped new gameplay for that game. I don't. Is it releasing this year?
Fall.
Golly. All right. So new Fable is releasing this year. If you want to be tapped into that, I believe it's coming out on PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox and PC. Fall 2026. Very interested in that. It's been a while since I played a Fable game.
When is it coming?
Fall 2026.
Bro, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I gotta start playing these games. Like, so many titles. I'm the worst video game fan like ever. I've been playing video games since like Nintendo 64. Like, my history with video games is very long. But me as a video game player is so like half committed. Not even half committed. It's like quarter committed. And it's all of these titles that I heard throughout the years, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta play that. And I gotta start playing them, bro. Because the content is fire. I'm embarrassed. After playing Monster Hunter, I'm embarrassed that was my first Monster Hunter, bro. As long as I've been playing games and that was my first Monster Hunter, come on now. Told you, it's some festivities with this podcast.
Kids movies are winning. Kids movies, children's movies are winning.
Bro,
I don't know what it is. They're just mad refreshing. So
you
What's
want
the
to?
significance of Yoshi?
It's a
Yoshi-
major
so-
like
so if you
Mario
remember
character.
Super Mario World was where he was sort of introduced, where you can ride on his back and and pretty much take out enemies with his abilities.
Okay.
And
I
hit
don't
like
remember
so it came out for Super Nintendo, so you probably don't remember.
It was a
around
minute,
that.
yeah. It was a
Yeah,
big
Super
deal
Nintendo
though.
is when Super Mario World came out, where they introduced Yoshi. But having Yoshi in this, everybody's been waiting for him of all characters because he's very popular among like Super Smash Brothers players. Yoshi has his own game in the Nintendo lineup. Does very well in the market when it comes to that. Bruh. Super Mario Galaxy, they're about to turn up, and I'm looking forward to it. These movies do really well because, for one, it's a children's movie, but also it gets the parents out who've played these games, and it's just gonna build nothing but a big market. And I'm waiting on Nintendo to hopefully bring in like as of lately they've been doing like Sonic versus Mario for like the Olympic Games and stuff. Still waiting for them to collide those worlds together so at least we can get a big movie down the line with Sonic and Mario characters, which would be fire.
It's probably happening.
They were talking about building it up as a Super Smash Brothers universe, especially with them working on a Zelda movie in the near future.
If they do that, do y'all think like humans shouldn't be a part of that?
Yes.
Like the humans from
Yes.
Sonic universe
Yes. No.
should not be
They
a part
should
of
not
that.
be a part of that. No.
Okay.
No,
should not.
yeah.
I feel like that'll mess it up.
That would,
Yeah, I agree.
like,
Yeah.
Sonic should get brought into that world, or the Master Hand from Smash Brothers, the original, who brings all the characters together to fight. It should be something like that, like do a Super Smash Brothers movie.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
Because I honestly look at how Zootopia did. Look at how what was the SpongeBob movie did. Like these children movies is bringing in bread.
Yeah, a Smash Bros movie would definitely be like 2 bill right there.
Easy.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this right
Easy.
now. That's all we need to say when we talking about this Mario film. After seeing that trailer, yeah,
fact.
it's just how many billions. That's all you need to ask. That's it.
How much did the first Mario movie do?
I think these movies with these characters like this, well, I think Mario's going to do well, but after the fan backlash from the Sonic design, I think that's when that shit really started kicking off though too.
Mario earned $500 million. The first Super Mario Brothers movie in 2023.
That's it?
$500 million.
Yeah, that's shocking. So yeah, bruh. Nah, they about to be.
And you said that came out 2023?
2023.
Dang.
And that movie did well. Worldwide, it did $1 billion. So 42% of their was 42% was 574 million. International was 785 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say that had to hit a if they could do
It hit
Super
$1 billion worldwide.
especially if they getting these designs right too. Everybody gonna go
Yes.
see that.
But not just to take away from the Mario movie. The first one was definitely considered a success. This one does look like it's going to be a perfect follow up for the first one. I'm not mad at them for how they're doing their thing. I do agree with you, T. I do want to see more of these universes kind of come together. I think the idea that Sonic has had his successes, Mario has had his successes. Zelda is
like
like
Billy. I'm gonna
yeah,
tell you that
bro. Like
now. That's gonna do
just the
Blue Billy.
fandom, just the fandom alone around Zelda is making me feel confident and comfortable saying it's gonna be a success. So yeah, bro.
So but it comes down to it like this: for us to get to that Smash Brothers movie, how many of these Nintendo movies do we need to have under our belt? Because we got Sonic. I wouldn't say Sonic's under Nintendo, but they've been utilizing him a bit with Mario. Sonic, Mario, Zelda. What other big names? Do we get a Captain Falcon movie? Do we get a
Damn.
Kirby movie? Like Nintendo got so much in their
I
bag
know.
that they can make some.
Kirby, like
Dude, give
the
me a Kirby.
animated show. Well,
It's
that's the
just
thing
so
too. Is
great.
like if you go back to that animated show, I knew nothing about Kirby, and that animated show was
Mm-hmm.
great and it was very successful. So I don't think Kirby will be far off. Another thing to consider is like Donkey Kong. I'm
Yes.
imagining that at some point there's going to be a spinoff involving Donkey Kong. I do also think once they have more people under their belt, they're going to do a Smash Bros. Movie. They would be really smart too. You bring in all of these different characters, and then you have them in like this fight movie, which you could do a lot around that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say that we haven't seen fight movies that have either been successful or have been popular throughout time. We've seen on the animated side, Dragon Ball as an example, something I know we're going to be talking about later, but Dragon Ball has done tournament style animations, and that's been something that's gone over very well and on multiple iterations of it, and the multiple iterations that it has occurred at least. But even outside of that, like if we go to the live action side, not necessarily the most well performing movies, but Street Fighter has had things, Mortal Kombat has had things. So it's something where if you could bring that into the realm of the Mario world with the popularity that Smash Bros has, arguably one of its most popular, Nintendo's most popular titles. Yeah, bro. I think that's honestly one of the things that I think they will, if they aren't already, is something that they are sincerely building towards. But in order, again, for you to do that, you got to have the characters for it to make sense.
And so, like, my whole thing is, well, all these movies that's coming out, these children movies are starting to pick up to the point where it's like, I would go solo dolo to go see it. Like, if I didn't have children or a wife and children, like I would go to these movies solo dolo because they're so good. Especially the Minion movies that did so well coming up with Illumination. They make you like they're that good. They are
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah, they're
Like,
killing it.
it would get to the point where just give me my niece and nephew. I'll go. I'll take them with me just because I just don't want to like either you're going to find a theater where it's quiet and you can go by yourself and you don't look like that weird old dude sitting there watching it, or you bring in somebody's child with you to watch that movie so you don't feel out of place. Like they're
Yeah.
getting that good, and it's when you have children's movies catching up to the adult films, it's not looking good because that just shows that there's no good ideas for live action.
We gotta work on it. I'm not
Yes.
going. I'm not going to get as pessimistic as I could here, but we do sincerely have to work on this. We have to make sure that the thought that goes behind a lot of these animations that we've seen is also replicated in regards to the live action stuff. And the only reason why I say that is not because there aren't studios that do that, or there aren't studios that don't necessarily have the animation attachment to be able to do that, but we got some pretty big heavy hitters in film with Sony and Disney who do have these things attached. So what are they doing? And how is that something that can elevate that you how are the elements from that something that you could replicate more in our live action content? Is that possible? If it should be. To me, I don't see why not. Why can't you say to the person who makes a Toy Story, hey, I need you to help me with the formulation of exactly what the production side should look like for a live action, especially when that live action is coming from animated content. It may be still animated content, but it's animated content nonetheless. It shouldn't be as much of a disconnect as it feels like it is.
Right, right. And it's like I just need Hollywood to come up with some good ideas. That's it. You give us some better ideas. These live action movies is like, give us a reason to go. Because I would rather go into a theater to go see a children's movie than go to a theater to see a live action movie. I could just wait at home for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excited.
Yep, yep. Very excited. Now, on the horizon over this past weekend, we got word of some new Dragon Ball Super content that has dropped. I am on the fence with it. I like the fact that we're getting the Galactic Patrol announcement. That means that we're pushing further into the story. But I'm not feeling the Barris movie. It's literally, I get it, new animation, rehashing, but it's literally just the Battle of the Gods movie, but from Barris's narrative. I'd rather them go forward, give us more with the story going forward instead of backtracking, but they're going to do what they're going to do. It's going to put butts to chairs. People are going to go watch it. I'll probably wait till it comes from Crunchyroll.
Well, yeah, I'm not going. No, I'm not going out of my way at all with it. I'm cool with it though because it's just kind of like them saying, "Hey, we're doing some. We want you to get back in the spirit, essentially, of Dragon Ball." So I'm not for that reason. I'm not upset, but and the other side of it is they're having you get back in the spirit of Dragon Ball specifically because they are going to be releasing new episodes. So what better marketing than the marketing that you already kind of have, if that makes sense, which is of the content that you have. Nobody has heard any words since Akira Toriyama has, rest in peace, but has passed away. So this is an opportunity for us to hear about, what's going on. Like, what have you been doing? Are y'all still doing Dragon Ball? What should I be excited? You know what I mean? Like it puts us back in the place of that, and that's important, I think.
So I have here the trailer to the Bears trailer that they dropped. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't hit it. My bad. My apologies, y'all. Back. I'm in like I said, I'm indifferent about it. It's just pretty much from Barris's point of view.
So that's not what Rob was saying. That's not the one that's going to be making the adjustments to Super, making it canon or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you said that's not going to be, or that is?
I don't think it's literally just rehashing the first 15 episodes of Super into the movie like they did the first time. So it's just from Barris's point of view. I don't think it's really a rehashing. It's just more of more content from a different perspective. So then we had the announcement of the Galactic Patrol arc that that should be coming. That will be coming, not should. Got it right here.
Curious, is that a season or is that a movie?
That I don't know, and I'm hoping it's a season. I'm getting sick of I like movies. I like movies, but I want more. I want weekly content.
I think it'll be a series.
Yeah, it is a TV show. So it seems like they're, from what I got, just to give you more. Oh my bad. Which one is this one?
This is their full video leading into the Galactic Patrol. This is from what they showed at the showcase. like how they like brought the manga panels to life with these animations here.
Thank you.
Yeah, bless you.
What was that for? A video game?
No, I think it was just like
Galactic Patrol. How about the show?
And for the grand finale that they show, this will still not be enough for me to pick this game back up. But this will have Rob excited because one of the characters he used to play Tenkaichi 3, they're finally bringing him in to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Who?
Goes higher and higher! I'm going all out! Give me all you got. Just die already! You face the Demon King himself. I shall rend you limb from limb.
This might actually be fun. Behold, this is what the ultimate android looks like.
Nowhere to run! Disappear!
That's enough!
So you get your boy Super 17 back, dog.
Now, T, I may have missed it because I was doing some behind the scenes stuff for the podcast, but did we also cover the game? It's like the new game that's supposed to be coming out as well.
We did not.
Okay.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, it's like Dragon Ball 1000 T in
Age 1000.
Yep, I just added the video for it. I'm not sure if if you got a
Got it
video,
right
perfect. Also, while T is getting that loaded up, X Punisher's name is Fanfic Thing, so thank you again, Fanfic Thing, for tuning in. I'm not sure if we covered that or not.
His name is a fanfic thing.
Oh, is a
Fan fiction.
That indulgement.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, let's watch this.
Luna, go to your bed.
Do we have sound for this one?
Did I forget to hit the sound again? Jeez, man. Run it back.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was a fucking mobile game.
Yeah,
It feels like it.
Yeah. Now, in regards, the one thing that I did kind of find interesting in this, and I did want to kind of ask you guys how you felt, is the lore behind it at the very least. It looks like it's a Dragon Ball that kind of happens in the vast future of the Dragon Ball world. Is that something that you wanted from Dragon Ball? Let me start with that question.
I just want more content. Honestly, I could care less of this future stuff. I just want what they dropped in the daggone manga to be animated. That's literally what we've been waiting on as. But
Or 9, one of those.
One of them things, because we still got the moral arc.
But
Still
it's
got,
happening.
like we have a like. Oh my goodness.
Listen, as a Hunter fan, to at least know that the series is coming out in an animated form, it's good. It's a good feeling.
No. I get it. As a Hunter fan, I understand that. I get that. But then when you had Dragon Ball came out, a little space of time. Then we had Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z carried on to the end of the Blue Saga. We thought we were done. Then they give us Super. Super starts. We start off with a movie. We get the movie in long form episodic format. Then we get another movie. They break that down into episodic format. Then we get the Tournament of Power and everything. We get the greatest Kamehameha wave you ever seen, Tony Hawk style, to the greatest end in anime history for the most part. And then we've been waiting since 2018, 2019.
Sure.
And it's like this. Dragon Ball has been a staple in my life growing up.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
it's like I'm getting up. I'm getting older and wiser, and just like those that's watching One Piece, I might be gone before this thing ends.
No. One Piece, yes. One Piece, I'm starting to believe. I'm not seeing the end of this.
We'll
They
see if
had
it's
no
Monday.
business making this thing core. Cause now I know I ain't seeing it. Like before, when it was like, oh, we gonna air throughout the year, I was like, man, y'all starting to get me worried. Now with this core format, yeah, no, we not seeing. We not seeing the end of One Piece, which is crazy. But
In the manga, you'll see an end because they talked about
Yeah.
recently some pirates supposed to show up that will show that we're turning the tides towards an ending. So the manga might be finished.
yeah, even with the manga, how it's been like recently, it's like, this is stepping up a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah, manga I'll get an end, but anime wise, no, I might not see that. But I don't. You'll be good though. You know, like this is not that far off. Listen, Akira Toriyama passed away. That was I mean, I don't even have to imagine. I know it was a big change for Dragon Ball. So they probably did want to come out with this stuff a lot sooner. But I think that probably pushed things back a little bit, and that's just what we're suffering from now.
I don't mean to be that guy, but Akira Toriyama passed in 2024, right?
I understand, but we
Super
also
ended in 2018.
okay. I
The
understand.
manga kept going. We could at least got some animation.
I understand.
At least some.
But that's the thing. Ambitions could have changed because, like, as an example, going back to, and I hate to use them as an example, but they are a really good example to use. Going back to Hunter x Hunter, like Togashi's health problems, and they don't, like, for as much as I say they don't care about creators, I do think that, like, when it comes to, like, yo, this person might die, like, they tune it back a little bit. Like, they kind of restructure things and figure things out. Now, I have no reason to believe that that was an indication at all for Akira Toriyama, but I do think that, like, they probably were, while Akira Toriyama was alive, trying to get everything together for it to come back, which 6 years, yes, it's a lot, but, like, if you were waiting for material to build, especially before you did anything animated, we see with Hunter x Hunter, because of the slow pacing that they have to do, we may not get another Hunter x Hunter animation for another 10 years. So, like, it's the pacing, the structuring of everything, and then you get this major hit. Mind you, this is a hit coming, like, when Super originally ended, that was before COVID. And then we got hit with COVID, and COVID just had repercussions for everything. It pushed a lot of things around that maybe wasn't necessarily the plan, but it just did that. It just was the case of it. So you take that into play. Within 5 years of that occurring, the creator, who has been paramount to the entire series, passes away. it just may have pushed things further back than maybe even the creators or the production team and creators and animators all anticipated. So I just kind of, it's easier for me personally just to give them, knowing all of the things that's happened between 2019 and today, it's easier for me to give them more grace than some other things. So I just, yeah.
Can I throw a butt in there though?
Yeah.
He wrote 3 more arcs that got put in the manga form. We could at least have one of them. At least.
Yeah, but why start and stop? You know? Why would you? Why would?
What Tournament of Power? And they kept going with the manga after Tournament of Power. That's all I'm saying.
Nah,
They
but
kept
like,
going. I would have been.
that's the thing though.
I'm gonna say this: you could have at least given him more arc. Then we could have waited. I just needed something. I feel like Tyrone Biggums. You get me here. You get me here.
Yeah,
like,
no, I understand. I've been waiting for it,
130
bro.
Episodes. You give me 130 something episodes of Super, and it's like
When it first went off, I was upset. So I know exactly how you feel.
no, I had to be hooked on phonics and read again. I wanted more. The manga kept going, so I'm like, come on, son. Like,
That's the other thing too, though, bro. Is you gotta understand we had such a shift in anime as an industry as a whole. Like now we follow this core system. I don't know. Maybe that is something where you know how again going back to a point that this podcast has heard me argue multiple times. I do think that there should be more consideration for creators. Them switching to the core format, which was a huge change in anime, could have potentially been something, not necessarily a huge change, but for it to take over the entire industry, I think that is at least fair to call a huge change for the industry. For that to be the case with a series that didn't follow that format, that formula for its entire inception, similar to One Piece, how One Piece had a little bit of a drag. They just now are converting over to this core format. There was maybe some things that also kind of got caught into play that changed up how they had to look at how they were going to get this material out to us in an animated form. So I just think it was a lot. It was a lot that happened again between 2019 and today that I understand your frustration. Again, I just say I think this is some of the reasons exactly why we may have to look at this with a little bit more grace. Again, as a Hunter x Hunter fan, I'm just happy that we getting it. And 2028, 2029, it's not that far away. It's not that far away. You got it. You got this.
I would say honestly, from what we've seen in these trailers, in the video game trailer and the two, whatever the other joint was in the Beerus movie, it's not something that really moves me to want to like indulge in. So, I mean, I like Dragon Ball Z. I haven't really watched from the beginning, but I like, a lot of the movies they put out, some of the episodes I've watched. So far, I was like, yeah, that ain't really do it for me.
It's just for the spectacle about Dragon Ball Z. It's nothing but the fighting.
And most of the fan base is people like T and I. That's the biggest thing is like you got to understand in terms of action shonen content, Dragon Ball Z is like the godfather of that. It's like the standard for everything. So their fan base is one where like it's far reaching. The horizon is very far with Dragon Ball. Like I can promise you could go to the last showing of a Dragon Ball movie and the theater is still going to be packed, where even something with major popularity today like Demon Slayer, you may not necessarily get that result in the very last showing of it. You will with Dragon Ball, and that just comes from, again, those fans like T and myself. I've been watching Dragon Ball since 1999. I was 3 years old. Like my earliest memories was with Dragon Ball. I got like memorabilia from my grandfather who passed away very young in my life. That's Dragon Ball. Like we used to sit and watch it. It's got that like culture. It's got its own culture around it. Like there's anime fans and then there's like Dragon Ball fans. I would say One Piece is probably like that as well. Yeah, One Piece is another. It's like One Piece. It's like that in One Piece. But imagine if One Piece was 10 years older, the amount of more fans that would be associated with One Piece if it was 10 years older. And look how many fans One Piece has. I think that I get the frustration. I get it, and I can understand for people who aren't necessarily as invested in it to be like, I can take or leave this. I think this is primarily something. A lot of this content is primarily something for like older fans. When the games, I think, maybe pose a little bit more interest for fans of today. Like Sage, I know for example, you really love the 2D fighting game that Dragon Ball did. Them announcing another game, if it happened to, if it happened to be another game from Dragon Ball that was in that 2D, I can't think of what that style is in terms of gameplay, but that 2D style fighter game, if they did another example of that, that may be something out of everything that they announced here that would have piqued your interest maybe a little bit more than anything that per se would have come out of the series. Even though I know you read the moral arc, so I'm sure you like, yeah, I mean, I'll take it when I get it.
Yeah. As long as I had to come to grips with Dragon Ball a long time ago. We just here for the fights. I don't care for anything else anymore.
Yeah.
I'm here to see Granola. That story actually is kind of like good. I'm not gonna lie. Moral was kind of to me.
Yeah.
It was more so the fights, the spectacle of it all, and Vegeta getting his just due. But yeah, I still love it nonetheless. Though it still scratches that itch for like the biggest and best spectacles in regards to fight wise.
Man,
like the AOE's and all of that jazz.
it's glory. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I have a bias when it come to Dragon Ball. Like, being 3-4 years old, watching that on Toonami, that, like, bro, that was the greatest thing I had at that point in my life seen. It was like, and then, you know, the thing that we all love about anime is like anime can weave these really interesting stories that we might not necessarily get in this Western world. It's like a family member almost, in a way. Like, I know I'm exaggerating it a little bit much by saying that, but it's in that vein of like how I feel about a Spider-Man or how I feel about the X-Men. Like, I remember getting my hair cut on Main Street and walking down to Queen City Comics and picking up Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, X-Men. And it's the reason why I am the way that I am today with all of this stuff. It's like Dragon Ball is like that for me with anime. It's like the only example that kind of passes me on to other things. Like, if it wasn't for Dragon Ball, I would have never got Naruto. And Naruto is one of the best things. It's one of the things that's moved me the most in anime ever. So I think you got another spammer, T. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where I know I got a bias. I know T. I like, even without having in-depth conversations with him about Dragon Ball, I know T got a bias. Like, I just know it, bro. To be a kid during those eras, watching Dragon Ball, bro, like, it was different, bro. It was nothing like it. It was nothing. It was literally nothing like it, and it was like, dog. That was different. It was different growing up with that. Yeah, bro. It was just, yeah. That's all I got.
All right, and to close out before we do that, again, some more honorable mentions. We got JJK Medulo coming out with the new chapter. If you're not tapped in, please tap in, and that the goat is back. I'm not gonna.
We got to do a video.
OD. JJK, the season is still going on. I can't remember what. Oh, we got the Maki episode recently. If you're not tapped in, tap into that. Sentenced to be a hero as well. A good, nice, and up and coming anime. You should tap into that. I don't know if anything else. Fire Force as well is still going on too for the final core, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
To close out our pod for today, let's end it off on a high note. We got this new trailer for the new Invincible season set to release.
Rob, before we do that, we got one thing to review before Invincible.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
Wonder
let's do
Man
it.
joint.
Oh, Wonder Man.
Okay, I'm with it.
Okay.
Wonder Man
It
review
drops. It drops on the 27th.
Yeah,
drops on
that's
the
sweet.
27th. It's at a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
What?
Granted, we don't really pay attention to the tomato meter or whatever. Getting high praise for a show like this after they haven't really marketed it, I think that's
They've been marketing the hell out
that's-
of this shit.
Recently, yeah.
recently, yeah, but that's just a good sign. I know it was shelved for what, like a year or some change.
Okay, y'all giving me a lot of questions to ask out of this, but keep going, D.
No, I'm saying so it was shelved, but I'm saying the fact that they marketing it now, I guess it was probably tied to the Kang saga or whatever when they were filming it. So just hearing good things about it, especially that it's sitting at a 93% right now, and I think it's number 2 out of Marvel's TV shows for highest rating after Ms. Marvel. So that's just something that's good to hear since it's just going to be dropping in 2 days. I just wanted to point that out before we move on.
One little question with that, just whoever can, however, but with that news of Wonder Man being praised and such, it was something where the way that the marketing was done, it was very unsure for us how much confidence Marvel had into it. But if this was in fact a marketing plan that they had, maybe something where something else that they were trying to try something new with all of the changes and the meetings and such that they've had. Do you think if this is successful and this is the way that they choose to do their marketing going forward, that that's a good thing, or absolutely not? Let this be a one-time thing.
Absolutely not. You don't want to market something a month before it come out.
Okay.
Like even with the movies, like it's not something that people were really anticipating. Like if they waited till 2 months before Doomsday came out to finally drop a trailer, like that would get the buzz because people were waiting on Doomsday. But you got a character that was race swap from the comics, so people are like, okay, another race swap character, and they already having these judgments about it. So it's like in order to instead of you having faith and being like, you know what, it's actually a good show that talks about the race swapping. Apparently, that's what people say that happens in the show. Talks about superhero fatigue. Talks about all these different changes being made to the genre. It's like you kind of want to market that a little bit more than just wait until the last month, because you picked the month when you're marketing stuff during the fall. It's going to be Super Bowl coming up. Like people are not going to be worried about Wonder Man a month before it come out if that's when you start promoting it, because it makes it look like, oh, we got this thing coming out, just check it out. It doesn't show that they had any faith in it from my point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Sage, what do you think on that?
I think more so it's just the society that we live in now. Very reactionary society. Attention spans aren't that long anymore. So I feel like they timed it in a specific view, because I think they'll probably do similarly to Daredevil. It's like different shows demand different levels of marketing. Like obviously this is the first season for Wonder Man, and we don't know if we're going to get any more. So I don't think they necessarily did like the Daredevil route where they know they're going to get a set amount of people that's automatically going to tune in because of people from the Daredevil series back in Netflix time and the fans of that and everything like that. So I think they're doing it more so to their benefit, because their marketing campaign now, albeit they did start it late, their marketing campaign has probably been like some of the best marketing I've seen for a TV show that keeps me. They're recycling the same scenes for the most part, but it still feels refreshing. It still keeps me enticed with the idea of what's happening in this, and just giving me just a little bit more teaser, just so I can try and formulate, hey, what's going on in this joint or what have you. And supposedly Wonder Man is a pretty strong character in the comics, or supposed to be. So hopefully he plays a role if they knock it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, he's supposed to have his TV show, but then end up being a big part of the Avengers movie. So that's another thing. It's like if you had plans for him to be, go from TV to the movies, it's like this is something you would be wanting to promote to the people. But I guess with a lot of backlash from race swapping and things like that, they probably know how to go about it. Like, because you got all these people with these channels that are focused on a lot of the negative aspects of these castings, and it's just like, okay, Marvel's like, we don't want to get chewed out promoting this early, or chewed out doing that. But it's just like, you can't have that lack of faith when you have a character that's supposed to be tied into the bigger picture, especially if he's supposed to be somebody that has the strength on par as like your heavy hitters. That's somebody that you want to be promoting to get people excited for.
Think this is where, in like the business world, this is where PR and marketing kind of clash. I think that's mainly what happened here is, to your point, they market, well, to Sage's point, they probably, well, no, to whoever's point, they probably wanted to market this earlier and felt like they could have done a better job marketing it earlier. But also, to your point of, we have had a lot of failure, especially most recently, the reception and the vitriol that was kind of showcased with Ironheart, that they were like, I don't know if we can actually do this. And that's where your PR team kind of steps in and says, hey, I understand you want to kind of talk about this character early on, but we think that it may just be better for people to more or less be able to absorb this content either closer to the date or when it actually airs, because we know that they're already going to come with a prejudgment of the sorts. I think that's likely what happened here. Like, this is things where, like, even if you take entertainment out or you take Disney out, it's something that a lot of businesses are forced to have to face. It's something where it does kind of cause things to pivot. I mean, you'll have something ready to go 6, 7, 8 months in advance on a marketing perspective, and you're ready to get that material out there 4 or 5 months before it actually airs, and then another department comes in and says, we got to shut this down. We don't want you to necessarily delete the efforts that you did, because we are still going to have a need for it, but we're going to have to shut down that schedule that you have. So it may just be a circumstantial thing that kind of led to this situation, but um I don't know. I do hope that it is successful. I hope that this can kind of pivot some of those conversations in regards to when characters have certain swaps in terms of backgrounds. It would be great to see if I want to put that conversation more so to bed, because I do think that there's more important things to talk about. And I do think if Wonder Man is good, it could possibly lead us into the direction of that. And I think maybe, we'll see some of those same changes happen with the X-Men. I just hope that they're not titular characters, but if we do happen to see those things happen with X-Men, I hope that by the time we get to that, because of the success of Wonder Man, it could be less of a challenging point, so that way we can let marketing teams do their thing, to your point, D, way earlier than now.
Yeah, but I don't think for titular characters, they like, I know you talk
No,
about
I
us
don't
not
think they will
focus
either.
on race or anything, but it's like they have enough black characters that, well, black and other characters from different ethnicities that they can use. Like I mentioned before,
Yeah.
Bishop is like an Aboriginal black person. So it's like, you don't have to just, okay, let's throw a black dude in there because he looks black in the comics. Like, read up on his history and his culture to understand that. But you don't want to just be like, oh well, we need this person, let's throw him in there. But I'm thinking for Wonder Man 2, if everything's going to be reset, they probably just going to have a different actor playing him anyway. But with his powers, I think, Rob, we were touching on that a few weeks ago. With his power set, it's like he's too powerful to just keep having a TV show. Like, at the next point we see him, you would want to see him in a movie, preferably his own movie or a team up or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
West Coast Avengers would go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my bad for that as well. I was having some issues for whatever reason.
You good?
You good?
We got this final topic for Invincible dropping that new trailer for the new season that is about to drop in a couple months, if I'm not mistaken. Not gonna lie, voice actor for Thrag kind of threw me off just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. Just a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah, he ain't sound menacing enough.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not menacing enough. Happy to see Battle Beast. Happy to see finally Tech Knight.
Tech Jacket.
Tech Jacket, my bad. There we go. Tech Jacket. I'm getting it confused with the boys. But happy to see both of those characters, and happy more so to see it seems like a more capable Mark. Seems like we've been getting nothing but Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire Mark.
No, we've been getting Tom Holland Mark. Nigga can't do shit on his own.
Tom Holland wasn't crying like Tobey Maguire in that third movie, dog. Not until his third movie, and it was for a valid reason. I guess. I don't know.
I thought it looked good though. I like because they did say they're gonna touch on the arc with Damien Darkblood, and that's something that they didn't do in the comics. So it's like I wonder where that's gonna go. At the same time, it's touched on a lot of stuff from. I don't remember Eve. Was Eve losing her powers in the comic?
Cannot remember.
Because remember at the end of this last season when she gave Mark a new outfit or whatever, it started like leaking or it started like melting. And people was like wondering what that was, but I guess it's her losing her powers. But seeing his dad come to Earth, I feel like this is a little early for his dad and Alan to be recruiting him. In a sense, I feel like in the comic it wasn't like that. I got to go back and reread.
And that was also my question: is how many episodes is this again? I know they hour-length episodes.
They are hours.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, with an hour, I think that should be fine. But I think with everything we saw in that trailer, that's a bit to get into. I hope it's not a lot of filler.
8 episodes.
8 episodes.
8 hours.
That should be enough to get through that.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought, but thank you. It is a lot, but I do think that they can get through it fine.
Yeah, because if you having Thrag say leave no one alive, that's just showing the Viltrumites infiltrating Earth. Like Anissa and the other one, I guess they're gonna come in. You know, because they do have to. I guess they said they only wanted 5 or 6 seasons, so they're rushing through a lot of it. Because even after this, there's still a lot left in Invincible for them to touch on. But other than that, I thought it looked good. But like Rob said, Lee Pace is playing Grand Regent Thrag, but the voice acting in that last part just. I mean, it's only one part, but yeah, it was just not convincing right now.
They gonna fix it.
Yeah.
It's nothing that I'm gonna be like, ew, I don't want to watch this joint. I still think they got a lot of content. They got a lot of opportunities. I mean, hey, they was able to juggle all the shit that they had to juggle last season, and it came out, to my understanding, pretty much flawlessly. So,
yeah, and I feel like they still have a lot left to show us too. That was enough to get me excited though for the season.
They could use that Damien Darkblood episode to be kind of like a cool off for like the crazy shit that's about to transpire. With I was about to spoil something with Thrag and everything, all of them. But yeah, all right. So still excited?
Yeah, it's loaded with content. Like that's the thing that I do love is there shouldn't be a single episode based off that trailer that we won't be able to feel like is full of content. There's no filler that really feels like it's necessarily going to be the case here outside of the elements that the author wanted to add in that they previously wanted to add in from the story. But that's something that I honestly think I'm comfortable with not looking at as filler as well. So it should be a really great entertaining season. So yeah, I'm absolutely excited.
Like last season when we had Angstrom and then we had Conquest, like we had that episode, I forget the dude's real name. Is it Aaron Paul, the dude that played Jesse Pinkman?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that episode where it was all right, but it didn't really add much to what was coming, to the point where it's like you could have fleshed out the Angstrom Levy story a little
during
bit more.
this time.
Yeah, because you had the Invincible War in one episode, and it was like I think that's something that could have carried the weight of 2 episodes, even though it would have been 2 hours. That could have been like an Invincible War style movie where you had 2 hours to flesh out that whole thing. But with this season, I hope we don't. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, like the filler episodes, but I just feel like there's a lot going on to the point where I just wanted to add something to the story this time.
But with an hour, if it's one episode, that's still leaving 7 hours for us to kind of be predicated on the main things that kind of happen within the series during what this season covers. And 7 hours even still is like, I think that they can fully accomplish that, even with the like, I don't really want to call it filler, but like the extension arc. I think that is doable. Especially if, like, let's say at the ending of the previous episode, they're introducing that episode. And then in the last 15 minutes of that episode that actually would cover that extension, they're introducing what will be putting us back into the main content of Invincible. Then that's an extra 15 minutes that you don't have to cover in that next hour-long episode that could potentially flesh out even more for, again, what that this season's would cover in terms of the overall story. So I think that this should work. I really feel good that this should work. And I don't think that any of us really will be left disappointed. But we'll have to see. You never know. What if they end up having 3 of these 3-hour episodes where it's just crap? Well, it's not, I don't want to say crap, but 3 of these episodes aren't doing anything to progress the story. Then I do feel like at that point, some of us will be coming in here a little bit more agitated and irritated, knowing that we only working with 5 episodes of pure content. Yeah, then I'm rolling.
Because think about it, it's like when we were getting even just pieces of, filler, when it was like looking at Mark's mom, we get she going through it, but it's like, yo, we didn't really care how many niggas she was dating or anything like that. It was like Oliver getting beat up by the kids at the park or him getting bullied. It was like, all right, yeah, like I get y'all want to add some of this stuff, but it's like during later in the season, that's stuff that nobody's really speaking or talking about, because it's just like, why is it there? Now, I'm not saying it ought to be 100% action all day, but I think Mark and other superheroes should be the main focus, but not like, whatever.
The hours should help with that, I think. That's the other part that I think the hours should help.
But wasn't last season hours long?
No, they were like 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
40, 50 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that extra 15 minutes, imagine if that 15 minutes that we get in these episodes, right, take up that time, but then leave that 45 minutes for a full view of, let's just call it canon material. Then that kind of solves everything for everyone. I don't know whether they're receptive to the things that fans say. I mean, I would imagine to some extent, but I do appreciate that it does feel like they like kind of tapped in. I don't know. It do feel like that though. Like I do appreciate, and that kind of makes me want to give them more leniency, knowing that they genuinely try to adapt to the same things that we will complain about one season before. Excited.
Yeah.
Overall excited. All right. So as soon as that joint comes out, you'll know we'll be right here talking about it with y'all over at Squad Nero Podcast. Again, make sure that you are hitting that like, comment, subscribe, and that notification bell if you are coming from the YouTube side. Hit that subscribe or follow button on the Twitch side, so on and so forth, from wherever you're coming from. We appreciate y'all yet again. We have reached 100 subscribers.
Ooh,
100 subscribers.
If this is Discord, we would have had the clap soundbite, but
wait.
There it is. There you go.
Thank you.
From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate every single one of y'all that has tapped in and supported.
Damn, nigga, how long is that joint?
He said it's a standing ovation.
Keep it going.
Appreciate y'all.
You gotta be louder. They can't hear you over our happiness.
Commenting,
Can't hear Robin at all.
liking, subscribing, however which way that you interact with our content, we appreciate it. Whether you're coming from the audio side or the video side, just know from the bottom of our hearts we appreciate y'all. All right, so
Absolutely.
a great way to start the month or start the year off, and we got a whole lot of content that we got to dive into more for the rest of this year. So please stay tuned, and we shall see y'all again next week Sunday. Oh, stay warm too if y'all in this storm.
I was
Peace.
found in the bed.
Doses.
T, where you get that long ass applause from?
It's a part of Riverside. They already had it here.
Where you get that? Where you see that at?
At the bottom, it say react.
No.
Is that it?
No. You gotta host it so you can do it.
I see.
So you gotta host it?
Yeah, since I'm hosting it. So if I'm not available, then y'all gotta run it without me. Whoever's hosting it has access to all this stuff on the side. So it's an option saying people, chat, brand, text, media from my side.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine as long as somebody logs in as host. He boosted them levels, y'all. I stand by it. Alright, I'm heading out.